Welcome to Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, Nebraska. A Week 1 showdown between two teams hoping to get things started on a great note. It's the Wake Forest Demon Deacons and the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
One of the most dedicated fan bases in all of sports, Lincoln, Nebraska is home to Memorial Stadium. 85,000 strong, pack it in every time this team kicks it off. Lincoln becomes one of the most special places to watch a college football game. Definitely a bucket list item. Nebraska continues to be one of the strongest traditions in college sports. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. The Huskers kickoff unit is ready to go, and so are we to start this season. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Young. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. So they were getting up against the play clock, and they don't want the penalty. They'll take the timeout here. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. Now on 2nd down. Handoff again. Sees some running room. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Here's Lopez to throw. The quick out. Just a quick rhythm throw there and really good use of the tight end.
Yeah, good use of the big fella. I mean, go through your progressions real quick. You can't find anything. Get the easy gain. Don't take a shot down the field all the time. Take those shots later, but take those easy, wide-open opportunities to get some positive chunks.
Breaks into the open. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
The Demon Deacons are rolling down the field. They'll try the counter. Finding some room. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks.
Man, you gotta love the offense coming out with a plan. They're gonna feed their running back. Great job featuring him. Great job setting the physical tone. And they punched this defense right in the mouth and already got them back on their heels.
Right side, it's Carr. He's brought down, but what a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. And the Demon Deacons have it with a 1st and 10. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Running the red zone. It's Young. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Lopez. They'll run the screen. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Demon Deacons. Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. So a well-executed 8-play, 75-yard drive. And they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. Here's the return from inside his 10. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Defense fills those gaps. He's got 1 to the 28. Let's talk for just a minute about Nebraska. The portal can work wonders if you have specific holes to fill. Breathe a little new life and energy into the program. David, these guys went in there, got a nice little haul that really could set them up for success this season.
They did, and they didn't go bonkers and go crazy, Jesse. I like how they just saw a couple guys that they thought fit their system, fit their culture, and now they're bringing them in so they can rise the tide of this team.
Yeah, this feels like a curated roster, right? They only had a few holes that they had to fill up, but they went out, they put their effort into finding the right guy. They feel like they've upgraded their roster with just a few portal additions.
He's not even going to make it back to the line of scrimmage as the defense gets big-time penetration. The Cornhuskers will send out the punt unit. What a terrible, terrible shank. And the punt goes out of bounds. We'll see where the officials spot it, but they certainly gave them no opportunity for a return. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Man, you are rolling the dice every time you throw this guy's way. He is one of the best corners in the entire country. Everybody has their eyes on him every single game. He does a great job breaking on that ball and forcing the incompletion.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football now.
They're in the gun on 3rd down. It's Lopez. Oh, what a play. It's intercepted. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. They'll open this drive and snap it from the 44. Almost picked off.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. Moving the pocket, it's Bailey. And his throw is incomplete.
That's a throw the QB would like to have back. He just has to do a better job giving his receiver a chance to make the catch.
This offense really needs to get something going. Punt on the opening drive, and now a 3rd and 10 coming up. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the big fella. And that's not going to be a 1st down. He stopped just millimeters away from moving the chains. Out wide right, it's Mays. Knocked down, but he's got enough to move the chains and convert that 4th down.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
Out wide left, it's Mills. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
Caught, and he's got room. He's at the touchdown, Husker. He got a step and just dusted the field. The extra point here would tie the game. And the point after is good. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the points come on a pass from 39 yards out. One final play before the end of the quarter. Here's Gio Lopez to throw. A lot of defenders around on that screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. We've got a good one going here and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. First play of the period will be a second down. Lopez wants to fire. Dumps it to the back. Catch in the middle, it's Young. Got him right there.
And this offense, I think, will do a good job in this game divvying up the football and distributing it to different guys in the passing game. It won't just be receivers. It's not going to be tight ends. This running back, he's a weapon, too, after he catches it. You saw it right there.
The black shirts looking to this crowd, and they are delivering energy on this big third down. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35. The Demon Deacons have it with a 1st and 10. To the ground, he's got it again. Dropped immediately. He got nothing on first down.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Got room on the return. The pick six. He takes it in. Touchdown, Cornhuskers.
And this is exactly what you dream about for a defense. Forcing the big turnover, making the pick, and then putting points on the board yourself. Great play by the defense.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Demon Deacons offense makes its way out to start this drive. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Oh, pressure's coming. Gets down, and like they say, touchdown, first down, or get down, and he got 2 of those on that one. And the Demon Deacons want to crank the tempo.
And I love the change in decision-making, right? That was a much better job. Last possession, tried to force it in there, threw the interception. This possession, it's not there. Take off and scramble. Great job. You got enough athletic ability to do that. Big third down conversion by this offense.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Throwing, Lopez. They're all over him. Oh, he's got some space. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit.
And he's just proving it time and time again, man. He has that feel. He obviously has the ability to pick up and put him down and go get first downs. But I think the timing of when to scramble and when not to scramble, he's really got that figured out. And you can tell it's going to be a big part of the game plan.
Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Now, you want to be a great run defense, your DBs have to be great tacklers. And I love the way he comes up, sees the run. I know he makes the money in the back end covering passes, but when
And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. The Cornhusker offense is out and ready to go on the attack. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
Sees a crease. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. And the Huskers are facing 3rd and inches. Looking to throw, it's Bailey. And he can't grab the bullet pass on 3rd down.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. 3rd down, you know, you...
Entering settings screen, you have 30 options. Menu narration option is set to off is selected. Subtitle accessibility option to toggle menu narration. Audio is only available when connected to your servers.
A lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
Kind of in that in-between spot here. Long field goal. Can't really punt it from here, so they'll try to convert on 4th down.
That's not surprising. You're going for that every single time. 4th and inches in your opponent's territory. You're trying to get closer and closer to field goal range so you can pay this drive off by scoring points. Nice play call.
Fresh center downs going to the air. Finds his target. First grab of the season for this highly talented freshman. They believe he's just going to get better each and every snap. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. Snap's going to come from the 23 on 1st and 10. Fresh set of downs going up top. Left side, it's Mays. He's down right there, short gain on the grab. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Grabbed in the middle, it's Clark. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. The Huskers come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive.
Ready. Blue 85.
They'll run it. It's Ives. And that'll not only be a 1st down, it'll be 1st and goal from the 7.
And it's a good job by this defense, man. They got him in 3rd and short, but, man, they've got to do a better job. If they want to get back in this football game, like, they've got to force some field goals. They've got to...
Back's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Nebraska! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
I think you love starting the year off with some momentum, and that's exactly what this offense is doing. They're firing on all cylinders, defense doing their job as well. This team getting out the gates to start the season in great fashion.
And the extra point is good. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Here's Lopez to throw. trying to make magic with his feet. Hits the slide, got the first down with his feet. The Demon Deacons will hustle to the line. Lopez to pass. Throws to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. Turning it on. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. The Demon Deacons use their second timeout. They'll have one left. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Snap on first down, wants to throw. Fires to the middle. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
Well, you never even dream about this kind of start if you're a quarterback. That now his fourth interception in the first half, and he's just not been able to shake this. Bad decision-making. Fundamentally, he's just been off. This offense has never been able to find a rhythm, and I know this is a very talented player, but if you're the head coach at this point, you've got to consider benching this guy.
And you could tell the QB wants to run. He's going to be a big part of the game plan, and the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand, and more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not dirty, not cheap shots, but end of the plays when I can be physical and really make.
Snags it and he's open. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he's stopped, and it'll be first down. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Drops back on first down. Going to take a shot. Intercepted. Oh, what a play. Made a defender miss. And he's dragged down after the interception, and that's how we'll close out the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, so much excitement around a brand new season, and we're excited to get you caught up on everything here in Week 1. Let's start with the USC Trojans taking on the Nevada Wolfpack.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. So this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him. So I expect more of the same here in the second half.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the...
Oh, it's picked off. Not the second half start they'd hoped for. Taking it the other way. They'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
Hey, listen, it's not just the offense that makes adjustments at halftime. The defense does too, and that time maybe showing a little bit of a different look than what they did in the first half. Looked like they confused the quarterback. They're able to come away with a pick.
Tough run, gets it into the red zone, and they've knocked him down at the 17.
I love the play call there, and I love the run for a variety of reasons. Obviously, you're trying to settle your quarterback down after throwing 2 picks in the last 2 drives, but also you're able to generate a really nice game for this offense and make second and short so much easier, so much more manageable. It just allows your quarterback, too, to take a breath and exhale.
And guys, I'm trying to find a way to be up here and be positive, and I guess here's how I'm going to be positive. At least the other team didn't catch it, because he's thrown it to the other team a lot today. It's been a struggle in the passing game. I'm not sure, guys, if it's not decision time to go to the other guy to see what he can do, because this passing attack has not been great.
Right at the line. Runs from the tackle. And he is brought down, but what a move he put on that first defender. And the Demon Deacons racing to the line in the hurry up. Back's got it on the screen. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Quick give. It's Young. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
And now a big third down coming up. Down multiple possessions. This is one, Palmer, I'm looking for 6. I'm not trying to kick a field goal. I want to cut into this lead with a touchdown.
No, you got to have it. And also, considering all of that, this is 4-down territory too. So you need to identify who are your best players on offense and how can you give them a chance to score this touchdown.
Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. You want to give this guy a chance to get some yards after the catch, but there was nothing there.
Yeah, give the defense credit. You saw their speed rallying to the football on the perimeter.
These fans raising the volume on 2nd and goal. Now it's Lopez. Back's looking for the goal line. Into the hallelujah land. Touchdown, Wake. Lining up to add another. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. So they take advantage of spectacular field position and move in 24 yards. And it was finished off with a 2-yard touchdown toss. And he takes this from inside the 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They just saw their lead cut in half, and now they'll try to answer. There he goes! Is that stiff arm even a human arm? It looks like some type of steel bludgeoning device on his way to the first down.
Offense goes toss play to the right. Now, defensively, if you're going to stop these perimeter runs, your DBs better be able to get off blocks and go make a tackle. And right now, this secondary, they look like they're struggling trying to handle the run game.
Out of the gun, the running back has it.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. On the option. And the ball is free on the pitch. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. Nothing but green grass down the middle. Takes it in. Touchdown, Wake Forest.
Hey, man, I don't know what they talked about at the half, man, but this team is rolling, doing an unbelievable job getting the football, putting it in the end zone again, and how about the defense doing their job, Palmer? Momentum is crazy in college football, but here in the second half, they've come out and seized it.
Yeah, this has been a master class in complementary football. Offense doing their job, the defense getting off the field, giving it back to the offense, everything going their way, and you're right. In college football, we see momentum shifts all the time. All of the momentum, all of the good juju right now, clearly on their side.
Tackled and brought down at the 23-yard line, so not a whole lot of room on that return. So the Nebraska offense heads out to start this drive. That touchdown lead they had has disappeared, and now we have a whole new ball game as they start the drive. Got an alley. Finds his way ahead for 3 out to the 27-yard line. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Looking downfield, it's Bailey. Right side, it's Clark. Snags it, and there's running room. Finally forced out of bounds, maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49. The Cornhuskers come to the line after the big connection and going back to work. Wants to throw on first. The safe call on the wide receiver screen. Could not make his way to the corner.
Well, the offense is trying to get a big-time playmaker the ball out in space quickly with the wide receiver screen, but the defense is having none of it.
Second down, gonna throw it. Setting up the screen. They don't fall for the screen. Great job retracing and stopping him at the line of scrimmage. They've got the ball at midfield, but they're facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
The defense has been all over this quarterback all game long. It's almost as if they know where he's going to throw. That now, the 3rd interception he's thrown.
They'll start this drive at the 33-yard line. On the ground, it's Young. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on first down.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
This has been a tight one. 3rd quarter, all tied up. It's now 2nd and 10. He's going to run it. Slides, avoids the hit. What a play to convert on 2nd and long. The Demon Deacons want to move quickly.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't, and he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
We've reached the end of the 3rd quarter, and we have a potential classic on our hands, all tied up as we take a peek at the stats. This is when winning plays are made, and we start right now in the 4th. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. They'll ride him again, and he's brought down after a short gain.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Makes a catch. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding.
First down here as we dive into the college football season. A week 1 clash that has been worth every minute of it so far. Hits inside, it's Young. Breaks into the open. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped. And now this offense on 1st and goal has a chance to break the tie late. Going to the run, it's Daniels. Tough to run it this deep in the red zone, and he found nothing at all that time.
And a lot of times they'll fit up front. You know, linebackers are fitting holes, and that ball bounces, and it's supposed to go somewhere. And sometimes it goes to a DB, and the offense will get a W. Like, they'll get a win because you'll break a tackle. How about the tackle by that young fella? I know he likes to cover, but I love the way he comes up and makes the tackle.
This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world.
Big-time kick right there, man. 4th quarter, clutch time. You needed to come through to take the lead, and now the pressure goes to the defense. You got to keep this lead. Got to get a stop or 2 more, and you can get the dub in this football game.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He'll be brought down at the 22-yard line. Good coverage on that one. His return is stopped short of the 25. The Cornhusker offense is out and ready to go on the attack. After giving up that field goal, they find themselves trailing and trying to do something about it on this drive. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. After a big gainer on that first play, now they can really go for it on 1st and 10. Takes the handoff, it's Ives. He makes the stop at the 48. That'll be enough for a first down and a pickup of 10.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
They got it blocked just enough and a good gain on that run.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for him.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. To the air, it's Bailey. Still looking. He's going to take off. Excellent pursuit by this defense as he barely gets back to the line of scrimmage.
He was trying to push it downfield. He was looking for a receiver, trying to make a play. You could tell the pressure started to get to him a little bit, nowhere to go with the football, and just fights back to the line of scrimmage.
Quarterback signaling to his guy. Out of the shotgun on 3rd down. Finds his big tight end. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Oh, he's got... Oh, no, the ball popped out. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
That's a huge blow, man. You got a chance to go take the lead and put yourself in a position you know you can win the ball game. And now, instead of that, you've turned the football over. Now you're trailing. The defense is going to have to do something special for you.
Straight ahead, it's Young. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. And the penalty accepted, and they'll move him back. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. There's a crease. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
Man, it's so nice to have a guy that you can depend on. Like, this offense is built around him for a reason. Just a good running back. You can see, gets north-south, doesn't dance, picks up positive yards, breaks tackles. He's just a really good player, and that's why this offense runs through him.
It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
They'll flip it out to the back on the screen. Timeout called by the Cornhuskers. That's their first. The brain trust getting thoughts together for this big 3rd down coming up.
And a really nice job by the defense winning 2nd down. I think the quarterback thought he could dump this off, maybe get some positive yards, set up a good 3rd down. The defense did a great job responding and getting that running back on the ground.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lopez. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
And that is a frustrating possession for this offense. You wanted to run the football, maybe take some time. You did the opposite. Got in a bad situation, threw the football, stopped the clock. Not how you manage a game late in the 4th quarter.
And the Demon Deacons will try to pin them back with the punt. First time today we've seen a punter go to work. Catch is made at the 15. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. They'll put the ball in play from their own 30-yard line. To the air, it's Bailey. Fires to the wideout. He just about put this game away if he'd been able to hold on to that one. Instead, it's second down.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a double.
Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line.
Talk about stepping up at a huge moment of the game. This guy's been relatively quiet throughout the game, but here in a 2-minute situation, he makes arguably the biggest play of the game so far for his offense. Nice job.
Yeah, taking the shot down the field, I love it. Offenses have to do that. A lot of times offenses get pretty conservative, but take deep shots down the field. Try to make those big plays. Trust your wide receivers and your big play guys to make those shots down the field.
The running back has it. And he'll get out of bounds. It's a first down there in plus territory, and now threatening to get the score.
I hate the play call. It's going to kill you. It takes way too much time running the football outside and then not getting out of bounds. That's one they're going to regret trailing late.
They'll give it to him again. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
And this offense has got to get somewhere, right? That's a couple plays in a row. Like, the clock is their biggest enemy, so we got to find a way to manufacture, push the ball down the field, make something happen with that clock running out.
The offense will use a timeout with 25 seconds left. Second and long here. Wants to pass the clock an enemy. Takes the easy one to the back. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup.
Screen pass just not working there. You figure at this point of the game, trailing, you're going to have to be more aggressive and take some shots. You usually run screen passes when you think there's going to be a blitz, but because the defense has the lead, they're just sitting back and playing big zones.
Hoping to help their kicker out with a few yards on third down, because from here, it would be a 58-yarder. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. Offense uses a timeout. 17 seconds left on the clock. All the plays, all the plans, all the schemes, and it will be decided on this kick. Defense uses a timeout. The clock stops with 17 seconds left. And this to tie us up in the final minute. Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on fourth down. Looking for the marker. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on fourth down, and they keep the drive alive.
And that was priority number one. I don't care if he was tackled inbounds. It doesn't really matter. You got the first down. The clock stops. Let's get organized now and understand what parts of the field.
A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Huskers! And with that, they move out front here in the fourth. On to attempt the try. And the extra point is good, and every point counts. It's now a 4-point lead in the fourth. That'll elevate some sideline blood pressures. You just took the lead, and now you're giving away field position by kicking it out of bounds. This will be the last play of the game and the last chance they have maybe to win it at the gun. He's taking a deep shot, and that ball is hauled in inside the 35. They make the stop, and the clock strikes zero, and that will do it for this one. They get a big win here and start the season on a positive note.
You got to love that as the players. You come out, you have so much anticipation coming into the season, finally getting ready to play in front of a live audience. You're able to come out and execute and get this win under your belt. David, couldn't be a better way to start the year.
And for the losing team, obviously, it's a little bit different. You have something to look at now to analyze where do I need to get a little bit better, but plenty of time still left in the season to improve and turn it around.
That's going to do it for us here. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. Lincoln, Nebraska. We're here for Week 5 of EA Sports College Football. It's the Penn State Nittany Lions and the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you, and Holly Rowe joins from the sideline with an injury report.
I caught up with the Nittany Lions head coach before the game. Coach said because they are still without their starting quarterback, this has been essential to have a bye week this week. Give their backup all of the reps with the number 1 offense, something he typically doesn't do all season long. So they have really focused on more reps, more reads, so he can really hit the ground running here today early in this game. Back to you.
Howie will see how they adjust. And the Nittany Lions will kick off first, and here we go. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good. The Nittany Lions offense takes the field for the first time in this game. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. The run inside. It's Smith. Keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24. This new Big Ten is balanced and deep, and you're not going to get many mulligans. You're going to need to get off to a quick start.
And it's going to be a physical grind ahead. You look at the schedule for these teams, it's brutal. Each and every week, you are going to get tested. So it's important they get off to a really fast start. They've got to come out, pick everything they did on the practice field this offseason, and let these guys go play.
Yeah, and you got to let it rip, man, because that's always your first goal, right? We talk about conference championships, winning your conference, and then it gets you to where you need to go. So looking forward to getting conference play kicked off in the Big Ten.
Got his man downfield. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
And, man, this is exactly how you wanted to script this game. Your defense comes out, gets a stop, do a nice job in special teams. Now you get that first down. The juices are flowing. Everybody's feeling confident now. The offense is feeling good. I look, Jesse, for them to open it up now. Try to create an explosive play. They got some of that momentum early.
Yeah, and this is what coaches love to see, too, right? Complementary football for everything you just talked about. And now, if you're the offensive coordinator, you got that first down. This might be an opportunity to take a shot like David said. The defense might be expecting run here. Take a look at what their personnel is. If you got the matchup you like, don't be afraid to take a shot.
Second down, gonna throw it. Under pressure. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity.